Last year, Cornwall voted for Brexit. My name's Aidan Nolte, and I wanted to find out more about how leaving the EU might affect the duchy. So I'm here at Fentogallon Farm, which is a small daffodil farm just outside Truro. Now, it started off as a small family-run business back in 1889, but today it employs over 15 full-time personnel as well as 70 seasonal workers, who all happen to be foreign nationals. I've come here to find out why that is and how they're getting on post-Brexit. The workers are mostly Romanian and Bulgarian. I found out that the average monthly salaries in these countries is between €400 and €500. Here, some pickers can make up to £150 a day, almost half a month's wages back home, and double what I make for a day's work in the catering industry. Which makes me question why there are no English people working in the fields here.
It's quite muddy, isn't it? I didn't think it'd be raining that much.
The issue of foreign workers became a point of contention during Brexit, yet it appears there are some jobs British people won't do. I went out to the 170 acres of daffodil fields and met up with Andreas, a Lithuanian supervisor on the farm, to try and find some answers to my questions. So you can make a lot more money here.
Yeah.
Is like the standard of life better here as well, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's much better because people are different, like in Lithuania, and here more government looking for people, or in Lithuania it's different. It's our way. Government looking just for himself, and about people don't care.
So why don't you think young English people don't want to work picking daffodils?
I think so, because it's payment not so good, and maybe it's too hard and too dirty, and by weather conditions it's hard for English.
But you don't mind?
Yeah, I'm used to it now already, so it's no big problem.
I understand what Andreas means. It's a struggle to walk through the mud, and there is no escape from the wind. Some of the workers here will pick over 1,000 flowers a day. The pickers are paid by each bunch of flowers, which they earn 7.5p for. When I asked any of the foreign workers here about Brexit, it was clearly a touchy subject. I'm given the impression some of them no longer feel welcome here.
I can find another country for work, or I go home and I stay home, no problem.
Yeah, is that how you look here?
Yeah.
Do you like England though? Would you rather stay here? If you could?
No.
No.
I come here just for working, like here 2 months and I go home.
Yeah.
I don't like to stay here,
Yeah.
I know how I tell you. I don't like stabilizing here, just working and come back home.
I was taken to the warehouse where the daffodils are packaged on site, with 50% of the daffodils here exported to Europe, mainly Holland. So in here we've got what they call the flowers by post section, where they'll send out daffodils to people that have got birthdays or for Valentine's Day. And this is the kind of box that they'll be sent out in, where they'll have in between 30 and 100 daffodils in there. The daffodil industry is believed to be worth £45 million a year to the UK's economy. Fentogallon provides 15 million flowers a year to national and European markets. I met with owner James Hoskin, who spoke to me about the changes he has seen in the people he's employed.
Eastern Europeans now are working no harder probably than people used to here 30 years ago, are they? It's just I think it's a cultural shift. And actually we're noticing that with Eastern European people, a lot of them don't work, don't have the same attitude that they had 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because their sort of society is changing like ours.
I think the difference here is I just couldn't imagine getting up at sort of 7 o'clock in the morning, rainy, windy, cold, And then, I think that's what would put me off.
But it's exactly the same. If you talk to the fishermen down in sort of St Ives and Newland, it's exactly the same. They've got exactly the same problem now. They can't get crew. They're getting Eastern Europeans to come in as crew for them because it's cold, wet, and hard.
James tells me that it was once students such as myself picking daffodils out in the fields. However, now students and locals applying for jobs are few and far between. Foreign labour is now the driving force behind this particular industry, which makes me wonder if British people could fill the boots of foreign workers if Brexit affects foreign labour.